Please welcome, representing Canada,
Juliana SEGUIN, Charlie BILODEAU.
Well, as I mentioned off the top of the show, they have been riddled with injuries the last 2 years. In particular, Juliana SEGUIN, an ankle injury for her, kept them out of the 2016 Worlds. And that was after placing 8th in their debut in 2015. So much hope. But they're hoping this year is the year. Juliana also having to overcome concussions last season. But last year, they also picked up their first ever Grand Prix victory at Skate America.
Charlie will take a single rotation on the second jump. And the judges will take that into consideration. So they fall to the lowest common denominator between the two. And Charlie was talking about a different look for them this season, a different approach. Right off the top, you feel it. You feel it in how deep into their knees are. A more mature choice of music.
And adding to their injury woes, Charlie also had knee surgery in May this year. And you know, they've really had to overcome a lot of battles. Charlie struggling again there a little bit with the side-by-side triple sal. And as we all know as athletes, knee injuries are some of the most difficult to rehab and can really have an effect on your training.
Carried up into the clouds.
Charlie in a spread eagle position going into that lift, making the entry even more difficult. Oh, and a slight touchdown on the landing there. Lost a little bit of speed and made the balance difficult to hold on the exit.
Difficult direction change within the lift.
Just come home.
There are the Canadians, Julian Seguin and Charlie Bilodeau. It has been a tough few years for them. There is their coach, José Picard. Haven't really been able to get in the intense training that usually is required in the off-season, really since the spring, again, because of the concussions she was recovering from. And as you mentioned, Charlie having to then go through knee surgery in May. I mean, mentally that takes a toll too, not just physically.
It's really hard, but it was great to hear them say before that they're setting their own goals. They're not outcome-oriented. They're understanding the process that they're going through right now to try to get themselves back on track and regain the level of confidence that they were skating with before they had the injuries.
Because that confidence was really carrying them through clean skate after clean skate. It's not that they've really changed technically too much in the last 3 years, but it's those things that have halted their progress and given their momentum some check. You could tell in this program there were moments where you were seeing them reach for each other, or maybe doing that extra little step or little chuck of your blade to make sure that you were finding it. And it's kind of like a game of golf. If you keep hitting the rough, it's hard to find the green. So I think there'll be, as Julian talked about, many places from this moment where they can see chances to improve.
Exactly. Beautiful program choreographed by Marie-France Dubreuil and David Wilson. It's a wonderful vehicle for them. It shows that intense connection that they're able to create between each other, which is always so beautiful to watch.
But unlike other programs they've had, this one needs to be skated clean.
Yes.
It really does. And then you can see the whole picture. He just did, I think he put Julian down on his own foot maybe there.
Yeah, a little bit too far forward with the weight. Little touchdown there also.
So this is a great place to start after all the injuries and the tough times that they've had. And I think this is we're going to see them back in that form. There's those smiles that they always have.
Well, Canada has qualified 3 spots in pairs at the 2018 Olympics, and we know Canada is deep in that category. They're hoping that they will be going to South Korea. They are 2-time national medalists, bronze and silver, although they missed nationals in 2017. So 119.10 will be their free score. They were sitting in 5th after the short program. They competed at the Grand Prix of Russia last year, finishing 5th. And even though 186.16 will currently put them in 1st, still a lot of pairs to go here on Road to the Olympic Games.